Welcome to Audit Archive, where we run you through some of the most questionable and rather atrocious police encounters. Today, we're looking at two instances of excessive force used by law enforcement that resulted in officers being fired and huge lawsuit settlements being made. First of all, we have an incident from September 9th, 2018, when the Burlington Police Department received a 911 call from a bar owner who complained that there was a verbal argument taking place outside in the street. When receiving such a call, dispatchers typically gather all necessary information and relay it to officers out on patrol duty. So in response to this, several officers soon responded to the scene and attempted to control the situation right away. Except, it all went wrong very quickly.
This guy right here in the blue.
No, this guy in the flannel coming back right now. With the blue backpack.
Alright.
Headquarters 215, go ahead with your 29.
Something happened.
Take a seat.
Nothing.
Take a seat.
Gonna be a New Jersey class.
Just a couple of seconds after arriving at the location where the alleged argument was taking place, Officer Jason Bellavance asked a bystander about who was involved. The bystander pointed toward a group of 3 men, and specifically pointed out Jeremy Melly by giving Officer Bellavance his description. First things first, when officers respond to an alleged verbal argument, their primary objective is to assess the situation and ensure the safety of all individuals involved. Most importantly though, it's their responsibility to thoroughly investigate the ordeal before taking action. While keeping this in mind, and being aware of the fact that a single bystander's account can never be 100% accurate or reliable, let's continue watching the footage.
You guys started the fight. Oh, no, sir. Are you f***ing kidding me? Are you? No, stop.
Back up.
Stop.
Back up. Back up now. Back up now.
He's not responsive. Are you kidding me? Sir, he's not responsive. Are you kidding me?
Back the up now. Back up. Back up. Roll over.
I'm fine.
Roll over. Roll over.
I'm fine. Leave me
Roll
alone.
over.
Roll over.
Roll over.
Why?
Roll over.
Back into the bar. Outside. Yo, he didn't do anything. Back up.
19, it's not up your left.
Just relax.
That's my brother. He didn't do anything. No.
Hey, stop.
That's my brother. That is my brother.
Stop resisting.
Yes. No.
Stop resisting. He hit his head. Now he is. He hit his head. I pushed him back. He hit his head there. I don't know if he's bleeding.
Okay.
I called BFD. He went out.
How's your
You
hand?
guys question me.
So, staff got hit twice.
Guys, why?
And he was ready to stand up against another one.
Why are you asking me when I didn't do anything? You guys are evil.
We're not double locked.
You guys are evil.
Stop moving! Stop. Hey, calm down.
Why are you arresting me when I didn't do anything?
Okay.
Why are you arresting me, my brother?
Stop! If you kick me, you're gonna get him down. Just hold him down. Nope, just hold him down. Hold him down. I got
Six form criminal ask and help me.
Okay. Were you hit?
Sorry?
Did you get hit?
I didn't. Did I get
He got hit.
Did he actually hit you or did he swing at you? No. You guys are. No, you
enough.
cannot say that.
Get him identified. Get him identified.
As seen in the footage, the situation went from 0 to 100 in a split second, all because of Officer Bellavance's outrageous decision. Note that it had only been 30 seconds since he arrived at the scene, but somehow still managed to conclude that Mr. Melly was the culprit who needed to be restrained. So Officer Bellavance walked up to Mr. Melly, did not remotely announce his presence, and pushed Mr. Melly into a wall with both hands. And as we've seen, that caused Mr. Melly's head to slam into the wall, ultimately making him lose consciousness. He had completely blacked out due to the blunt impact. This ties in with the fact that the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution, as well as police department policies, protects citizens from excessive force by police. Any force used not only needs to be reasonable, but it needs to be reasonable in light of the circumstances. It must also be proportional to an apparent threat, including the threat of death or physical injury. But in this case, there was no apparent threat at all, and even if Mr. Melly was arguing with another person, there were heaps of other non-violent means to control the situation. In simple words, this was now an excessive use of force ordeal.
Hey, stop trying to grab me! I didn't see the assault when I came up. He was bowling up against one of the other people, so I gave him a shove. He came back. He was getting ready to with one of the other bar. Do we know his name yet?
I'm going to hell!
Hey, buddy.
I'm going to hell! I'm going to hell! I'm going to hell!
Okay.
All of you guys! I'm going to hell!
Hey, are you hurt?
All of these guys!
Are you hurt?
I'm going to hell!
Are you hurt?
Yes! All of these guys!
What hurts?
I'm going to hell!
What hurts?
All of these guys!
What
I'm
hurts?
going to hell!
Okay.
Mr. Melly regained consciousness while the officers attempted to place him in handcuffs. As expected, he was not only confused, but also startled, and of course, hurt. He told the officers to leave him alone, adding that he had done nothing wrong. Despite that, the officers proceeded to pin him down to the ground, even though he was already in cuffs by that point. Note that in order to detain someone, an officer must be able to articulate specific facts that led to a reasonable suspicion that the suspect is involved in criminal activity. However, one can argue that the officers actually didn't have reasonable suspicion that Mr. Melly did anything wrong. Arguing in the street is not illegal, as it's a protected form of free speech under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Merely engaging in a verbal argument does not provide sufficient grounds for a reasonable suspicion of criminal activity.
I'm sorry to say this. Can you please tell him to stop? No. I'm not. Hey, I'm not doing this.
Get him down! Get him down! Get him down! Get him down! Get him down!
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
You're not behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back. Stop. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. Please stop. Yo, you guys are hurting me. You guys are actually hurting my arm. You guys are actually hurting my arm.
Yes. Relax.
I am relaxed. Please stop.
Get him.
Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Seriously, please stop. I didn't do anything. I didn't touch anyone. Are you fucking
Also, you need to treat you.
Are you kidding me? I didn't touch
You'll be a big fucker without for the structure.
I didn't touch
You're like one of JP's. Copy, need them in front of JP.
Whose car is this in 1403? Okay, get him searched, get him out of here.
Are you kidding me?
10-4, headquarters 374, to your traffic.
We need BFD for him right now.
Headquarters 374,
Yep.
to direct traffic. Accident, 10-4.
What?
Headquarters 215. Good. I'm not getting anything back. I can try PID for
Right in front of Burn Gallery on the ground. He lost consciousness. He's on the ground in cuffs in front of Burn Gallery, still breathing. He fell back and hit the back of his head against the wall. And then he was awake and fighting heavily. No idea. Thank you. I'm glad that
Now, we've just seen another man get thrown to the ground. This was Mr. Melly's brother, Albin Melly, who was rightfully upset at the ordeal and could be heard screaming at the officers to let his brother go because he had done absolutely nothing illegal. Eventually, out of impatience, Albin was seen placing his hand on Officer Corey Campbell's shoulder to grab his attention, and this prompted at least 3 officers to try and restrain Albin. In the process, Albin tore a ligament in his thumb and sustained injuries to his knees. Meanwhile, Mr. Melly, who was still on the ground, lost consciousness once again.
Back away or you're going to be arrested for impeding.
Take your hand off me.
I need you to go out of the roadway and get onto the
Take your
sidewalk.
hand off me.
6429.
If you're not going to move, then you're going to get arrested.
She gave me a chance. She grabbed my
She
arm.
gave you a chance before.
Around 527536
Yes, you
was the
moved.
limit.
I did
No,
not.
she
I
asked you
asked
to
like
move
5
first.
times.
Now you're lying.
The only problem with him was he just fell and smacked his head and then
Yep.
went unconscious.
Semi.
Because now he's obviously up and fighting. So
Now
it
he's
was,
been fighting, and then he went out again, wasn't responsive, and now he's back to fighting.
It seemed like you was more of a, I'm just gonna fake. Or just,
I wasn't there. I was just told.
he used to keep acting like that.
Yeah, no. He needs to go. He gets to check it out regardless.
Go ahead.
Did you guys see what happened? You did.
No, apparently they said it was started from nails.
I came out and I don't know what happened, but I saw like after.
Him after when he was on the ground.
So
Okay. And did you?
That doesn't help, then I apologize.
Did you see everything that happened?
Not in the bar, but out here.
Out
Yes,
here?
sir.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Did you already give your name to somebody?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you?
I would like to help if that's possible.
Okay. Do you have an ID on you real quick?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, Beal, are you doing anything? Can you get a statement from him?
Yes, sir. I would be happy
Thank
to help. 6429.
6429.
I have a video of this.
Okay.
The owner comes back tomorrow. I'll notify him and see if we can't get that.
Do you have any shots of it right now? We can see if they covered anything.
I don't even know how to run it.
Gotcha.
He won't be back till Monday or till tomorrow afternoon.
Ultimately, Mr. Melly was charged with simple assault, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. The Burlington Police Department then conducted an internal investigation, resulting in Officer Bellavance receiving a 4-day suspension without pay and later being terminated. The state dropped all charges against the Melly brothers. Several years later in 2023, the city of Burlington settled a lawsuit involving the unlawful arrest of Jeremy Melly for $750,000. Next, on January 5th, 2021, a 31-year-old mentally ill black man named Jamal Sutherland was at the Sheriff Al Cannon Detention Center in North Charleston, where he was held in custody after being arrested the day before due to a fight at a mental health and substance abuse center where he was being treated for schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. While in custody, officers attempted to remove him from his cell to attend a bond hearing for a misdemeanor assault charge.
He's gone? Just you. Hey, do you want to sit there and see the judge so you can get this over with? Because I gotta see you. You gotta go down and see the judge. Come on, Judge, so you get out of here. What's that? You don't want to do that. Sutherland, hey. Hey, come put your hand through the flat, man. You got a spoon in his hand like he's gonna use his weapon. Hey, if you don't comply, we're gonna use force. Yeah, come cuff up. Come to the door, put your hand through the flat. What? Come to the door, put your hand through the flat. Put handcuffs on you, take you down to bond court. Excuse me? We're going to bond court. Excuse me? Bring it, phone. I'll be back. He's insisting we open the door, refusing to cuff up, taking an aggressive stance. He's already said we have to use force on him. No, CDO Captain Greathouse has been notified. Judge is stating that he needs to be in front of the judge. So SOC has full operational control for the extraction. Medical is standing by on scene. You want a bond, right? Yeah. I got it. I'm back here.
Hey. Yeah, you still got the spoon in his hand? Yeah. Alright. Will you grab the vehicle out of my top? Sir, do you got the kennel? I mean, kennels. Keys. Still got them? Oh, alright.
Hey, 156 non-deployment, BMU, service.
I haven't done it yet.
I want to make sure the cameras are on this.
They already know. Hey, drop the spoon and come to the door.
Sir, drop the spoon, come to the door, give me your space. Come to the door, drop the spoon.
So far into the encounter, it appears that Mr. Sutherland did not want to leave his cell and was heard telling the officers to go away. Now, something that all the officers at the scene should have kept in mind is that Mr. Sutherland had mental issues, and using any form of violence, even if it's just a threat, would be totally unideal. Despite that, it seemed like the officers were now preparing to barge into the cell and restrain Mr. Sutherland, who was standing inside with just a spoon in his hand. Officer Brian Hoole started by pepper spraying inside the cell from outside.
Oh, no.
You got another one there?
I might check it, the top or bottom. Bottom.
Come to the door, Sutherland, we'll get you out of there.
Hey, drop the spoon, come to the door. Sit down. Ah. I got it in the eye.
Blink your eyes.
Yeah. Come to the door, Sutherland. Hey, come to the door. Come here. Hey, it's gonna feel better. You come to the door and get out of there.
Hey, turn around. Turn around. Sutherland, turn around.
He was trying to wrap his blanket around his head?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not working.
You got a strap?
Yeah.
As soon as you come out, it'll get better.
What do you want me? Come to the door. What? You're going to buy. I already told you. Take that off your head. Come to the door. What do you want me to do? What do you want?
Come on, cup up.
No.
Drop to your knees. Drop to your knees. Drop down to your knees. Take that off your head and drop to your knees.
Senator, take the blanket off your head. Open the door and hit him, and get to the flat.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. He's backing up. He's taking the tray up.
A little bit. Hold it.
Hey, drop the blanket, come to the door.
As seen in the footage, the second officer, namely Officer Lindsay Fickett, pranked the cell door open for a few seconds and used her pepper spray directly at Mr. Sutherland, who was covering his face with a blanket this time. This was the second time Mr. Sutherland had been pepper sprayed, and both officers failed in their attempts to bring him out. we're slowly realizing how incompetent Officer Hool and Officer Fickett were. Mr. Sutherland was not a big threat with a spoon in his hand. All the officers had to do was approach him and then use pepper sprays or any other tool to restrain him if needed. But things get worse, as you will see.
Down, Sutherland!
Get down on the ground!
Get down, Sutherland! Get down!
Control for 37E, SMU, 37E,
Turn on your stomach! Turn on your stomach! Turn on your stomach!
Hey, you're gonna get another one! Come to the door!
Slide to the door!
Slide to the door!
Get on your stomach, slide to the door! Stay on your stomach! Stay on your stomach!
Slide!
Come to the door!
I got it. Slide! Keep sliding! Keep sliding! Keep sliding!
I got it.
Keep sliding! Come on, Sutherland! Keep going!
Keep coming!
Sutherland!
Keep moving!
Keep sliding!
Whoa, stay down!
And slide! Stay down and slide!
What's the meaning of this?
Good, keep coming! Keep coming!
Hey, turn over on your stomach!
Turn on your stomach! Turn on your stomach!
Turn on your stomach!
For what?
Turn on your stomach!
As ridiculous as it sounds, none of the officers were able to restrain Mr. Sutherland, even after he was tased and brought down to the ground. It would be totally justified to say that the officers had countless opportunities to step inside and safely get him under control. However, they refused to go inside and chose to continue yelling orders, which already proved not to work.
Do not resist!
Stop, you still got clothes in you.
Loosen up! Loosen up!
Hey!
Put your head behind the back!
Stop! Get another coat.
Deputy Dawson to Deputy Farage.
Go ahead, Henry.
Oh, wait a minute. Where's that one?
Can you give me a talk?
Let it go! Loosen up! Stay going back!
Give us the other hands, Sutherland.
Give me your hand! Give me your hand! Give me your hand! Give me your hand! Give me your hand!
Hey, you want another pair?
We got two.
You got it?
Yeah.
No. Do it over. Watch it. All right, take it on.
Got it?
Yep.
All right, you want to slide them out?
Not yet. Give us a second.
What's your name? Move your head a little bit.
Good.
Grab a taser. Yep, we're good. Hey, put a spin back on.
Hey, come here, that foot back right there. You got a cut where it goes out.
I got it. Put your taser up.
Huh?
Put your taser up.
As if things weren't already bad enough, the officers barged into the cell and repeatedly tased Mr. Sutherland multiple times, even though he didn't appear to resist and was already on the ground. On top of that, pepper sprays were used once again, and worse, Officer Fickett was seen pinning Mr. Sutherland down with a knee on his back for the entirety of the scuffle. Her body weight was essentially on Mr. Sutherland. Apparently, Officer Hoole was rather ignorant about that and ordered Mr. Sutherland to bring his hand to his back, even though it was clearly stuck under him as he was pinned down. The whole encounter simply displayed pure incompetence in terms of law enforcement training. Note that a cell extraction is the forceful removal of an inmate who refuses to come out of the cell or other enclosed area of the jail. Once the jail supervision staff has determined that all reasonable efforts and resources have been utilized to gain the inmate's cooperation, an extraction may be needed. In all probability, a use of force will occur, and an extraction team is used only as a last resort. Now, even if a cell extraction may have been justified here, it certainly didn't give officers the authority to use such an excessive amount of force against a man who was already on the ground and appearing to comply. It was reported that while cell extractions are not new, a series of lawsuits and cases around the country are demonstrating the dangers of their widespread use, especially with mentally ill inmates who represent an increasing segment of the jailed population and who are disproportionately the targets of force, statistics from several states indicate. Anyway, watch as the use of force continues.
Hey, nurses up! Stop resisting!
Stop!
Stop! Yeah, 2 pills right here need to come out. Pull hard.
There's 2 toes on the front. If you can get on. Shit.
Thank you. We'll get that side. No, no.
Sit him up. Get on that side, sit him up. Get him on that side, get on that side, sit him up. Come on. Oh.
Yeah. These pills are just give me the waist shot.
Hey, will you check him? You check him?
Give me the waist.
Oh.
Is he alright?
You see them?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, season. There. Oh. Hold on. Put your hands. How many times are you on TV?
Twice.
More than that.
Yeah. I had him 3 or 4.
At this point, Mr. Sutherland was totally unresponsive and later declared dead. Following this, both Officer Hoole and Officer Fickett were fired amid the investigation into Mr. Sutherland's death. A local solicitor ultimately declined to issue any criminal charges against them, saying the two made grave mistakes, but that their actions didn't amount to a crime. Mr. Sutherland's mother eventually filed a lawsuit against the city, which was settled for $10 million. The Charleston County Council voted unanimously to settle the case after meeting with lawyers and discussing the settlement before voting on it. Be sure to check out our previous video where we cover another outrageous police encounter.